Bruce Whitaker from Staycation Safari with you here. The sightings shown in this video were filmed during a morning game drive on October 11, 2025. We saw a rare interaction between a baboon and a vervet monkey, and we came across a Hyena Den where there was lots of activity going on. Then we also spotted a herd of elephant, a giraffe very close to the road, a magnificent Nyala Bull, a Mongoose, or should that be Mongoose, a rock fig tree, Oxpeckers on a giraffe, ground hornbills, white-backed vultures, Wildebeest and zebra, Kudu, and a Bateleur eating something in a tree. So all in all, it was a very, very interesting morning. Neil Pinar is the safari guide doing the commentary on this game drive.
Just a little bit of an introduction to everyone. Hi, my name is Neil. I'm a qualified Vervet field guide and a backup trails guide. I became a safari guide because of, funny enough, a small little place called Mabula Game Reserve. I went there a lot as a kid, and I always just wanted to be that guy driving the Land Rover. When you get into the industry, obviously, some things change a bit, but ever since I was a very small child, I've wanted to do this with my life. For me, what makes a very good safari guide is one thing, and it's a very simple concept. It's passion. You need to want to be there for you to get the result you want out of it, and to carry over that message to the people you're driving around or taking on a walk.
Thanks for the introduction, Neil. The highlight sighting will appear first, and the rest will be in chronological order as they occur during the drive.
So here's a nice way to start the morning. A troop of baboons right out in the open, grooming and foraging where it's safe. You'll notice they like the open areas early in the day, less chance of something sneaking up on them. And then a few vervet monkeys wandered in, probably just to see what all the fuss is about. These two don't usually hang out together. They share the same neighborhoods, yes, but actual interaction, that's quite rare. The young baboon here just sitting, minding his own business, and then the vervets are thinking, mate, you're a bit too big for this conversation. It's always fascinating when primates cross paths. Next up is a proper Kruger special, a whole clan of spotted hyenas. Different ages, different colours. The very dark ones are the still very young pups, fresh from the den. It's late early morning, and the little ones are buzzing with energy, wrestling, annoying the adults, the usual chaos. They're denning right next to the road in these old drainage pipes. It's typical Kruger free real estate for them. And here's a very fun bit. In our hyena society, males actually do more babysitting than females, and even then, the lowest ranking female still outranks the top male. Matriarchy with teeth, if you will. On the H41 beside the Sabi River stands a solitary male giraffe. They're not herd animals as many assume, more like polite acquaintances who occasionally share a tree. This one's just doing what giraffes do best, eating leaves other animals can only dream about. The Sabi River seems to be good for many different kinds of sightings in the Kruger. A lot of water, a lot of food, and pictured here is a handsome male Nyala by the river. This is prime habitat for them. They stick close to riverine thickets where there's cover and water. Kruger's full of antelope, but few manage this level of quiet elegance, or the confidence to wear their socks that high. A family herd of elephants, females, the young, and a few adolescents. The little ones are kept right in the middle when they walk in single file like this, surrounded by their mothers, aunties and grandmothers. Every female here is related. When males hit around 13 and become a bit too interested in romance, they're politely told to pack their trunks. It's nature's version of preventing awkward family reunions. In other words, preventing inbreeding. And it's for this exact reason that oftentimes when you see these big herds, you don't really see the big males, but you will see one or two big bulls following the herd from a distance. And those are your fully grown mature males that are a bit interested, and the cows aren't always in estrus. So that also puts stress on these big herds, which is why you just see them move in a distance with great speed when these males are pursuing them. A few dwarf mongoose popping out by their burrow, one of Africa's tiniest carnivores and the bush's busiest bodies. They spend most of their day darting around like caffeine on legs, but always keep an eye out for snakes and eagles. There's no such thing as a quiet day in mongoose society. This is a rock fig tree. They wedge their roots deep into the cracks in the rock, finding every drop of trapped rainwater. You'll find them on almost every single rocky outcrop in the Kruger. Sort of nature's proof that stubbornness is sometimes a survival strategy. They make for good perching spots for birds of prey during the day, and the odd leopard having a lounge on one of their horizontal cross branches early in the morning. While they do not have a massive canopy, they don't offer too much shade, and it's very unlikely that during the heat of the day you'll find something in it. Here's some oxpeckers hard at work. They're nature's so-called perfect symbiotic relationship. They remove ticks and parasites from larger mammals like this giraffe seen here, which sounds very noble and all, but they also have a dark side. They like to peck open wounds and keep them open to drink the blood. And this oftentimes causes lesions and in worst cases, infections. So yes, they are helpful, but with a bit of a horror twist. Funny enough, out of all of the big mammals, elephants won't tolerate them at all. Apparently they don't appreciate unsolicited piercings. One of the more endangered and unique bird species to see, these are two ground hornbills, walking along foraging for anything that moves, from grasshoppers to lizards. They'll even sometimes peck at the grass seeds. While these two are two males, these birds are pair bonded, so that means they mate for life. They're also among the bush's best conversationalists. Their booming calls can carry for kilometers, like a subwoofer in the savannah. Perched on a dead tree is a white-backed vulture, one of the most important and most threatened species out here. Often misunderstood, but absolutely essential. Their stomach acid can dissolve bones, so cleaning up carcasses before disease can spread is one of their most important ecological roles. Without them, the bush would be in real trouble. And sadly, their numbers have been decreasing rapidly in the last 10 years or so, and that's mainly attributed to the ill actions of humans in terms of poaching. The poachers will oftentimes poison the carcasses of poached rhinos or animals in an effort to stop the vultures from alerting authorities that something has gone drastically wrong. Classic scene out of Africa right here. Wildebeest and zebra grazing together. They feed on different parts of the grass, so they're not in direct competition to one another, just efficiency and safety in numbers. One keeps watch while the others eat. Teamwork at its finest. And for the individual, a 1 out of 5 chance of being eaten by a lion versus a 1 out of 10 chance is much better. The magnificent male kudu, easily one of Africa's finest antelope. They're the high-jumping champions of the bush, clearing fences with effortless grace. Hence, all those road signs warning you to keep an eye out. They take free roaming quite literally. They quite easily clear the fences of the reserves and oftentimes end up on the public roads late at night. Weighing in at around 240 kilograms for a fully grown male can do some serious damage. They typically spend most of their time in rocky and mountainous areas, and their defense tactic is quite literally just standing still. They got these beautiful spiral horns which simulate branches on trees, and they've got these white lines dotted all over their body just to break up the bigger body mass. And when you're out on game drive, if they don't move, it's actually quite hard to spot them. And to wrap things up, my personal favourite, the Bateleur. Not a true eagle, technically, because of the short tail and lack of feathers all the way down to its talons. This one is a full adult, with the brilliant red face and black plumage, feeding on something I can't quite make out. But those talons say it all. Elegant, efficient, and just a bit dramatic. The perfect bird to end a drive with.